Make it wanna think highly Selassie. Hey, what's going on, gang? We could have been superstars, yeah. Hey, remember we was wrecking calls, yeah, yeah. What the fuck is good, guys? Now it's not safe for us. Mm-mm-mm-mm. We could have been superstars, hey. But I'm pretty sure our time is up. What the fuck? Gang. What the hell is going on? It's your boy Phantm Phuego, Phantom Phuego. And you are tuned into the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh, ooh, yeah. I hope y'all doing well. Hope everything's a go for y'all. I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all have had a chance to catch up on some of the previous episodes. Amazing interviews like Atlantic Records on Shauna J. No Filter Radio, Just Blaze. The amazing comedian Christiana Jackson. Another amazing comedian, Laz Rivero, Oheni Cornelius. So many dope artists, Deuce Ellis. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Mandela Eskia, Oscar, Mikael Jolly. Whew, the list goes on and on. It's this most recent one last week with B Fortune. I mean, I'm just so blessed, man. My man Tommy Farmer, aka Strife Beats, pulled up, gave us some blessings on real estate and his own bumps and growth in the production game. I mean, so many amazing people, man. What can I say, man? I'm just so blessed, and there's so many more interviews in the bag coming. Oh my gosh, man, it's an amazing time. So make sure you stay tuned. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure your notifications bells is all chimed on whatever platform you listening on. Shout out to all the amazing platforms. Couldn't do it without you. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You know what I mean? Radio Republic, Pocket Cast, Radio, Pocket FM. I mean, the list goes on and on. I'm just so blessed and fortunate to be able to do what I do. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it out. Tell them they can listen on their favorite platform all around the world, baby. Yeah. This is his ghetto point of view. Bringing you the news, views, previews, and reviews. With just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to jump into our first topic of the day, man. It's going to be good times. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, gang, we back. So I wanted to piggyback off a story we touched on last week. I brought up a woman, 53-year-old woman who unfortunately transitioned far too soon, going through what so many of our sisters are doing to themselves these days. An attempt to get a BBL or Brazilian butt lift, as it were, allegedly, reportedly, was botched, and she was dead. Her family is heartbroken. Her son is reportedly distraught. He said his moms went to work, and that was it. He didn't know how to deal with it. Of course, his mom's was just alive, and now she's gone. Husband said, wife went to work. I mean, it's interesting that this was around Valentine's Day. So it's like, damn, did she go get that to try to impress him? Just wow, man. Just wow. And it's like, I can get it, as a woman is aging, she's seeing all these young women out here. She may feel the need, if she's not securing herself to keep up. But this was a married woman with children. You've already lived that trying to be sexy, trying to sell, you know what I mean? Sell yourself part of your life. To me, in my humble opinion, I can't tell her when that time of her life is up. But it just seems very interesting. It seems that now even women who are married want to be attractive to everyone out here. And there's nothing wrong with being attractive. But if you are already in a happy, prosperous relationship, you kind of are supposed to be off the market. So I'm trying to figure out, to me, a butt lift is to, or butt injections is to try to appease the market. I could be wrong. I could trying to appease the market slightly, but I don't know. I don't know. It could be. I could be mistaken. Um. Yeah. I don't get it. I really don't get it, and I think that if your self worth comes down to what your rear end looks like, mama, you could go to counseling. Guys, if your self worth comes down to the length of your penis, the length, how long your dick is, talk to somebody, man. Like, but you see, I mean, it's the same shit because, like, dudes will sit here and go blind trying to take Viagra. You know what I'm saying? Give themselves all type of ailments long term trying to take these, you know what I mean? These dick pills, not knowing what the long term side effects could be. These girls out here doing all these, they don't know what the long terms. How is your body supposed to hold all that up as it gets older and your muscles aren't as strong and you're not as firm? And I'm just trying to figure out how that's going to look on a lot of these women. Like, could you imagine if they body are no longer as firm and tight so it can't hold all that up no more and them things start floating around in women? But like, I guess if it's they just take your natural fat and transfer it, I guess then it would just droop. How low though? And they got these unnaturally slim waist, and I don't I don't think it's attractive. And I don't know, man. I don't want to get into saying mean things because yes, some women I'm cool will pull it off and go get it done very well and look stunningly remarkable. But then you'll have far too many women going to get lower quality ones that won't look as appealing, and then you'll have those who are just botched. But it's like, ladies, I don't I don't want to sound crazy. So forgive me, you could tell me shut the fuck up, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com. My fucking business, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com. But it's like, ladies, y'all are doing these asses for men. Y'all could sit here and say, oh, this is for me to make me feel good and this and that. But you can't see your ass when you're walking up the street. You can't see your ass when you're sitting down. You can't see your ass when you're in a dress, sashaying and swaying across the dance floor. That's clearly for other people to not judge you, to not make you feel a ways. Yes, you will get a positive feeling as people compliment you. But the compliments you're looking for generally aren't internal ones. They're generally ones from the outside environment. Why you saying that? Nah, I'm doing this for me, Phantm. I just want to look good, motherfucker. You don't know me. Granted, but sweetheart, if you could show me where you came out in your second grade assignments where you was like what you wanted to be when you grow up, you said you wanted a BBL, then I'll leave it alone. What you mean? What you mean? If this is not something you had as a long-term vision for yourself, and this is something you're doing because it's popular in the culture right now, to tell me that's just something that you always wanted to do or you always saw yourself as, I think is a bit of a stretch because no one could see themselves as something that wasn't popularized till recently. BBLs have been around for a long time, but people wasn't getting them like that. People was not getting them like that, to where you got regular insurance plans trying to cover it so people could go get it, and like if you don't cover it, your insurance doesn't cover it, and the people trying to shame the insurance. Like, this is not an emergency surgery, nor is this medically necessary. Mama, go get some counseling. Go get some counseling. And then, ladies, we love y'all. Men go so hard for women already. Men go so hard. No, they don't. No, they. There's a lot of losers out here, but there are so many men that listen, man. It's men up early in the morning doing construction. Men up late at night fixing the electricity, working in the sewers, driving the buses, driving the trains. Oh, women drive buses and trains too. Granted, all I am showing is the different ways men try to keep society up and running for the women that they hold dear. Even women that they don't personally know benefit from a society fully functioning, electricity working, water properly filtrated and running, streets with less potholes, street lights that work, bodegas full of groceries, truckers bringing in those groceries. And we going to get into this truck convoy, because that's gonna cause some problems, gang. And if you please, guys, just if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But we gonna get into all that. We gonna get into all of that. But ladies, love yourself. You should go and love yourself. All right, so just following up, gang. Article from News 12 Connecticut. City Council member Mary McBride Lee says the family of a Bridgeport woman found outside of a Bronx cemetery deserves answers about what happened. Y'all really feel this woman was found outside a Bronx cemetery? Come on, y'all. This is bullshit. Don't even hit me with that. Police say a 53-year-old woman identified as Maxine Messam was allegedly found outside a cemetery in the Bronx Tuesday with injection shocks in her buttocks. They say two women representing themselves as Good Samaritans dropped Messam off at the hospital around 1:30 a.m., saying they found her at the cemetery asking for help, half naked in her own BMW sedan. So what? She was driving, couldn't take the driving anymore, and just laid down on the road half naked. McBride Lee represents the district where Messam lived and says although she did not know her personally, Messam's family deserves answers. Maxine is going to be on my mind. Her family is suffering because of what happened, but also because they don't know what happened to her. McBride Lee says the NYPD is widening its criminal probe to include anyone who may have come in contact with Messam in 24 hours before her death, including the two women who drove her to the hospital in her own white BMW SUV. Police say they aren't sure if the injections on Messam's backside killed her, and it's not clear what was injected into her, but it all points to a botched BBL. And mind you guys, this is a woman who makes over 200 grand a year as a high level representative and special needs worker, level 2 special needs care worker for all of the special needs, running a large special needs organization, large children care, large a caretaker. She was a level 2 employee for something that was like CPS or ACS, but for children with special needs. Y'all, like, this is crazy, guys. This is really freaking crazy. Like, this does not just happen. Y'all gotta understand, gang, this is just not regular. It's not regular. And according to the Sun, the victim's startled husband, Carlos Simpson, told him outside the family's home in Bridgeport, "We don't know what happened. She was at work and she left work. We don't know what happened from there." Messum's son, who did not want to be identified, said everybody is really emotionally damaged at this point in time. "I would like to say something, but we don't have all the details." Like, I don't think she intended to hurt her family, but to pretend like this didn't seriously hurt her family. The selfishness. Ladies, sometimes I feel we could just be a little too selfish, men included. So, a follow-up article in the New York Post: woman dumped at NYC hospital with butt injections identified. 53-year-old woman who was dumped at a Bronx hospital with numerous butt injections has been identified as a Connecticut resident, Maxine Messum, pronounced dead, unconscious, unresponsive, naked below the waist. They need to find these women. Yo, this is crazy. Like, think about this. This was a woman who was respected in her field. This was a woman who was respected in her field. My gosh, man. Just what do you do in this situation? Ladies, come on. And isn't this a wonderful Black History Month? I mean, this Black History Month, we've had so many amazing things. I'm very disgusted. I don't think I'm ever celebrating Black History Month again, y'all. Y'all gonna have to convince me otherwise. I'm good on this shit. And it seems like it's been progressively getting worse every fucking Black History Month. It's just nasty shit that be happening. And it's the worst of things. The worst of fucking things that you could imagine. But whatever. If this woman had these type of issues mentally, unfortunately she didn't get anything. And she's a worker in the system. She probably had access to some of this Connecticut's best mental health services. Woman is making $200,000 a year, driving motorcycles, trying to get some BBLs allegedly. I imagine she has some disposable income. What if she had taken that same several $1,000s as a copay on some real mental health counseling? Some yoga classes, some taekwondo, some kickboxing. Take up a couple hobbies. Just imagine, y'all. Just fucking imagine. That's all I'm saying. Like, the fact that her and this man her husband don't even have the same last name, red flag. To me, she clearly was wearing the pants in that relationship, because if he don't even know that she was going to do this, he don't have no control. She making 200 bandos. She probably feels she wear the pants in the family and went and did some dumb shit. Allegedly. But how alleged can it be when she's dead? How alleged can it be when she's dead and she's in a high office at her job? Man, sometimes those are the hardest women to be with, because it's like the world has validated them as a leader and somebody who knows what they're talking about. So sometimes to get that person reined in to, like, yeah, you might do that at work good, but outside of work, your skills is lacking in these other areas. You know what I mean? How developed was she socially, emotionally, if this is how she had to give it up? Just saying, guys. There's so many people who tragically have lost out on this woman now. And So unfortunate. The millions of dollars of training that was poured into her by the state of Connecticut so she could do her job at the high level, that she did it. Tragic, man. We need to be better. Mental health is real, y'all. We'll be back. Yeah, we back, gang. We back. Damn, man. Just continuing on. Imagine a city council worker who don't even know your moms caring more about you knowing what happened to your moms than she does. Oh, that's an unfair statement. Maybe she was just trying to surprise them. Surprise them with what? Fake booty? Well, her son. How does her son benefit from her having a fake ass? Oh, it ain't for her son benefit. It's for her. What about her husband? It ain't for him. Who benefits from this woman having a fake ass except the fucking doctor? She didn't need a fake ass to do her job. She didn't need a fake ass to get pregnant. She didn't need a fake ass to attract the man she had. So to me, that just makes it seem like none of the things you had in your life were really satisfying to you. Like that woman was literally a part of the 1% of women earning in this country. That was not enough. To think about that, a woman earning in the top 1% of women earners. That doesn't satisfy a woman. So all this talk, women talk about, oh, I got my own bag, I got this. That doesn't satisfy y'all. Clearly, that doesn't satisfy y'all. Because I know tons of women who get to the bag who are now opting to do this BBL stuff. But if all y'all have the same big butt, how do any of you stand out? How will any of you stand out from the others? It's like I was watching was it Lunel? Shouts to Lunel. She's a brilliant comedian. I can't remember which comedian. It wasn't Lunel. I gotta get the correct comedian, and I'm gonna get his sister her flowers. Cause I was watching her comedy special, and she was like, "Yo, in a few years, we ain't gonna be nothing but some big dick, big titty, big butt having people, and we that don't know what is stupid as hell, don't know what to do, nothing else to do, but we'll have big dicks, big titties, and big asses." Let me see if let me get his sister her fucking flowers. Spare me a moment, guys. Like this woman is funny as hell, and I want to give her flowers. She said we won't have nothing but some big tick, big ditties, like, and it's so real. It's so real. Like I don't I don't understand what are we going for with this? What are we going for? Some more. Shout to fucking some more, man. She is literally one of the most underrated comics of all time, male or female, and 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 she's arguably one of the dopest, one of the dopest actresses of all time, and don't get no flowers for her ability to act. None. You understand me? None. Shout to Samore. Samore said that shit. Those who aren't familiar with Samore's comedy, please check her out. Sommore. For those that don't know how to spell her name, Samore. And of course, like a shining chocolate sister, some more. Just sound like some more. Just sound like a more. And looking good like that, I'm sure plenty men want some more. You know what I'm saying? It's oldest is the now, of course. So I'm not trying to disrespect my elders, but I'm just saying. Just saying. Back in her heyday, whew, I'd have married me some more. You crazy? You crazy? You crazy? But shout out to all the female comedians who don't really get their flowers like that. You know who also don't get their flowers? Adele. Adele does not get her flowers. Adele Givens is literally probably one of the funniest comedians. Period. 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 And side note, Adele probably could still get it. We stop. Them lips though. Them lips though. Sheesh. That was shit we used to talk about in the hood back in the day. Dudes don't even really be talking about that no more. Like, god damn, she look like she got them lips. Look like she will take your life away. Like, bro, like when you used to see women with those real puffy, you used to be like, damn, bro, she looked like she was sucked up. Like, forgive me, okay? I'm sorry. I did no disrespect to Miss, you know what I mean? Adele, you are a lovely lady. You know what I'm saying? But god damn them lips. And they beat them women that got that little buck thing going. You can't have a regular, your mouth got to be specially formulated to be able to you know what I mean? Just open it just a particular way. Like, god damn. But anyway, shouts to all of the amazing female comedians we've had over the years. You know what I'm saying? LaWanda Page, Kim Whitley, Marla Gibbs. Oh, the legendary Miss Marla Gibbs. Put a miss in front of that. Miss Moms Mabley too. You know what I mean? Some of the most amazing comedians we've had of all time. And then of course I did Lunell is probably, you know what I mean? She's in her own lane, you know what I'm saying? She's definitely in her own lane. Tisha Campbell is in her own lane right now too, for not positive reasons at all. Not positive reasons at all. Like, Jesus. Shout out to Kim Coles too for being willing to play the actual female doing the right thing on a fucking show full of savagery. Like, whether y'all want to deal with it or not, her getting with Ogilvy and settling down, that's what people are supposed to do. Monique to me is literally top 10 comedians that are alive, male or female. Not only can she give a joke, but her storytelling game, her hooks, captivating the audience. I don't give a fuck. Pull up your comedians. Pull up your comedians. She's amazing. You know who don't get no love either? Fucking Kim Waynes, y'all. Kim Waynes was arguably one of the most impressive comedians of all time. Literally, bro, what she did on In Living Color, oh my god. I mean, that's the stuff of legends, bro. She carried that fucking show. On that show full of all those titan writers, her personality carried that fucking show. Like, we could go back and forth about this all motherfucking day. Her personality carried that fucking show. You don't gotta believe. I don't care. Her personality carried that fucking show. She's on a different level. I don't care what you say. We could, man. That woman needs flowers. That woman needs some fucking flowers. That woman needs more fucking flowers. You understand me? If you haven't watched if you never watched, first of all, if you never watched In Living Color, shame on you. Oh, I was young back then. Then fucking watch it. Great. So now fucking watch it. Right? So now fucking watch it. There you go. Do yourself that favor and catch the fuck up. It's literally one of the most well-written comedy series of all time. It literally almost killed Saturday Night Live. It literally almost killed Saturday Night Live. If In Living Color had stayed on the air, Saturday Night Live would have been destroyed. Look at the people that was doing that show as opposed to that was doing. I can't even name most of the comics that did Saturday Night Live. And Saturday Night Live had to start taking the comics from In Living Color. You had all the Waynes there. You got all these comics coming in when they young. Jim Carrey. Like, he came on that show. He did that fire marshal character. Come on. The show was way ahead of its fucking time. Wasn't Jennifer Lopez also one of the dancers on the show, the crew dance? Like, that show was so dope. I think even Diddy did some dancing on that show for a while. I could be mistaken, but I know Jennifer Lopez definitely was. Like, that show was so at David Allen Greer. I mean, so dope. So dope. And the truth they were able to tell in that show. Fucking classic, man. Fucking classic. But shouts to that show. Shouts to female comedians. Shouts to Samoa. And the fact that Samoa brought up the fact again that, yeah, we ain't gonna be nothing but some motherfuckers out here with some big dicks, taking all these stupid pills, and some big titties and big asses with all these surgeries and stuff. Big lips, big titties, big asses. You know. And Samoa killed it in fucking Friday. Shit, she did. She damn sure did do that. But anyway. Like, where is this going? Where are we going to be? Who the fuck we going to be looking like? What are our goals in life going to be? We just going to be a bunch of sex workers? Sitting around, sitting around all day on our virtual avatars? Our big butt, big dick virtual avatars? Big titty, big lip, big dick avatars? Like, I just want to know when the niggas is gonna start sucking fat off their stomachs, getting fake 6-packs out this bitch. I'll take the fat off their stomach and put it in their dick. No. Could you imagine a surgery that allowed, dude? Forgive me if this show was too vulgar for you. Turn the fuck off, and I'll catch you. I'll catch you on Sunday. Could you imagine a surgery where niggas take the fat out their stomach and put it in their dick? With how fat some of these dudes is. Could you imagine? But the surgery, it can't just make your dick fat, dude. Like, it's got to be a way to add inches with the fat. Dudes be walking around ripped and shit. Dicks dangling out the bottom of their pants leg. Could you imagine? What type of world are we heading towards, gang? Jesus. This don't make no sense. Man, gonna have 2 and 3 women walking behind him carrying his dick for him. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have 4 or 5 niggas carrying her ass for her. We about to have some polyamory going on in this motherfucker. You ain't gonna be no way to walk around except to have 3-4 motherfuckers carrying your shit for you. Oh, Lord. And you going, my God. Is that gonna be the new sign of wealth, that you can afford to do this to yourself? As long as you don't die in the surgeries, right? My God. This is fucking crazy, y'all. This is good. We need more love. We need to feel better about ourselves. We need more self-assurance. We need more we need to feel more. We need to appreciate ourselves more, gang. We need more self-love out here. And not this bullshit self-love either, because some people say, well, giving myself a fake dick or a BBL is self-love. It makes me feel better about the way I feel about myself. Are you really trying to feel better about yourself internally, or are you trying to get people to give you better responses to how they feel about you with those items? What? Say that again, nigga. Are you really internally trying to feel better? Or are you trying to have your environment make you feel better about yourself? Are you trying to have people have a better response to you so that you can feel better inside, but you want it to come from outside? So you doing things on the outside of you to make you feel better. Damn, Phantom, I ain't think about it like that. No, really think about it. If you have to fix outside things first to make you feel better internally, then are you really trying to fix internal, or are you trying to have the outside world fix you? Like, if for those people who believe in stuff like reincarnation and stuff, could you imagine if every single woman who went and got a BBL failed and got to come back and do it all over? Like, they just fucked up all their cosmic dharma and karma for those who believe and subscribe to such things, and they can't move on to the next phase of life because they didn't figure out that, yo, this shit is just, all this shit is bullshit. And how people respond to you, if they calling you a flat ass this and that, it's because of how they really feel about themselves. Especially like come on, you talking about a woman who was making 200 grand a year, driving motorcycles, riding around in Benzes, doing a dope job for the city, very, very gainfully employed. If you making over 200 bandos a year, yeah, some people will still consider you broke in some circles, but in most circles, you are making more than 90% of the population. You are making more than 90% of the population. The average salary is 40 bands, 40,000 a year. So if you're making 200,000 a year, you're making 5 times that. And some people will argue the average salary is really 30,000 a year. So you might be making 6 or 7 times the average salary. And that wasn't enough to make you feel good. The motorcycles wasn't enough to make you feel good. The BMWs wasn't enough to make you feel good. The nice clothes, the nice home, living in a nice neighborhood, having a healthy son, having somebody who you could come home to. If all those things aren't enough to make you feel good, then it is not your external environment that is going to make you feel better. You should go and love yourself. If you think, still only on, well, baby, you should go and love yourself. Mm. You should go and love yourself. Love yourself. Fucking love yourself. Like, to me, this really shows how many people came up in broken homes. How many people don't feel loved in our community? There's no way you can feel loved. You can feel like you have everything you need, and you need to fix that. Because if you felt complete, there would be no hole to fill in. If you felt complete, there would be no hole to plug. There would be no place to patch a punch in the wall. That everything would be whole. But for you to feel that way, you don't feel whole. You don't feel complete. You feel there's something that needs to be adjusted and fixed. And I think personally that before they let these women do these BBLs, they should mandate those women do 6 months of therapy. 6 months is not a long time. Fuck it. That's too much. Maybe that's too long. 60 days. 60 days of therapy. 60 to 90 days of therapy. Before you go under this knife. That's not a long time, ladies. 2 months to be like 8 weeks. 8 to 12 weeks of, yes, I really want to do this. This is the reasons why. And really just let them deep dive and give you time to just talk. give you someone to just talk to. It may not be that you really want that at all. It may be you just wanted someone to listen to you, someone to confide in, someone to make you feel loved, respected, appreciated, someone to make you figure out why you don't feel whole, someone to make you figure out why you don't feel whole. If you just needed someone to make you figure out why you don't feel whole, just talk to somebody. I really think that they should pass a law where it's like, yo, you got to go to 8 to 10 weeks. Let's make it reasonable. 8 to 10 weeks. Matter of fact, 9 weeks. 9 weeks of counseling before you can, and you have to show up for at least 9 weeks. Excuse me, pardon me. 9 weeks, 2 sessions a week. So that way they can get a full assessment of you. Not long sessions either. I'm just talking about 90-minute sessions a week. Talk to somebody. Get it all out. First couple weeks. Then after that, I could really dig into what lies beneath the surface. The first month is just, y'all feeling each other out, getting comfortable and formal with talking to one another. And in that second month, that's why I'm saying I think it should be at least 9 weeks, because the first 4 or 5 weeks I'd be wasted. This is a waste of my time. I don't want to be here. This is stupid. I want what I want. I know what I want. I know why I want it. And then after all of that gets broken down and those walls come down, and everybody gets a little more relaxed with one another as they actually begin to know each other, then it can be some actual true information passed back and forth, and some honesty can be had. That's why I don't even think 12 weeks is too long. 90 days, it might save your life. This woman is no longer ever going to be here, and she's not the only woman that's had a botched procedure recently. This is just one of the bigger stories. Because of her status. How many women who don't have her status are just left dead and no one knows about it? And I'm not trying to sensationalize and to say, oh, this is happening 1 billion times a year. Absolutely not. But if we have 100 botched BBLs a year, is that 100 women that needed to die? If we have 100 men who have a heart attack from Viagra every year, is that 100 men who needed to die? We can save 200 lives just by feeling better about ourselves and figuring out what it is that's not making us feel whole, feel complete, feel full, feel good. And if we're looking for the external world to plug those holes for us, there'll always be something else that we feel could be the next thing to that next thing will do it. It's like me as an audio engineer. Like, if I always felt that it's the next plugin that's gonna fix my mixes, I'm not gonna take the time to learn more techniques, to study from seniors above me, to send people my mixes, to get them to kick my ass and critique me and tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong. I'm not gonna keep, pushing to work with different artists and letting them tell me, nah, this ain't good enough yet. You tried, but yo, keep working at it. Or yo, this is the best mix I've had. Or yo, this mix is good in the low end, but I need you to fix the top end. Whatever it is, my vocals is not loud enough, and the chorus, I need the backgrounds in the chorus to sing through, to cut through more. Whatever it is, you know what I mean. Not to get into all that technical music production lingo, but y'all pretty much can understand that, because I got one of the dopest, most intelligent audiences in the fucking whole universe. If I am not willing to keep taking that information in to make myself feel whole and complete as a music producer or audio engineer, then I'll never get to that level of completeness, of wholeness, and I'll never achieve the things I want to in that space. You know what I'm saying? I want to retire multi-Grammy winning audio engineer, and I will retire a multi-Grammy winning audio engineer, probably also with a couple Oscars, just for my audio game. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Watch. But that takes me pushing toward how to feel whole about that, and yes, needing to buy more gear. But I got over my gear envy, and now I'm more I have a higher envy of people who know better techniques, who have more craft, who get to be, who have their name attached to those records. I have more envy of that and trying to learn what they've learned than I do of the gear that they have, because all of them started at a place like me, and don't recommend, me trying to fix it outside of me internally. Fix it by adjusting my ears, doing my ear training, listening to more records, breaking down those records, breaking down the effects, breaking down the sound levels, what's louder, the drummer, the bass, the 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 cymbals or the snare drum, the kick drum or the tom toms, the claps, what level the clap should be at. You know what I mean? Should we pan them left and right, or put them to the left and the right, far at the ends? You know what I mean? Are those are internal decisions that don't have nothing to do with a new piece of gear at Guitar Center that's $1,000, or a new plugin that I can get from Plugin Alliance, or my man could throw me the hack of the plugin. Shout out to my people out there hacking plugins and software, but that shit is over. That shit is coming to an end very fast. Everybody gonna have to buy shit. But shout out to everybody doing that. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody doing that. For real, for real. But love yourself, gang. Be whole. Feel complete. If we don't feel whole, if we don't feel complete, if we don't feel 100%, and we expect things externally to fill it for us, we might get more than we bargained for. We may. It's very highly likely that we will never get where we want to go, and we will never feel whole, because there'll always be something new to fill that hole. We'll never get what we bargained for. We'll never get what we bargained for. Bet on yourself. Take it internal. Do some healing. Watch you win. We're going to take a quick break. This is his ghetto point of view. We'll be back. God damn it, I done it again. Sheesh. Yeah, gang, it's Phantm Phuego back. That was, you know what I mean? Forgive me, y'all. That was really on my heart. You know what I'm saying? I had to let all that out, from the wild cursing and the jokes at the beginning to really, really bringing it home. Like, we got to love ourselves, gang. We got to feel whole and complete on the inside, because if we don't, it's just so much that can happen to you because of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to feel whole and complete on the inside. You have to feel whole and complete on the inside. It's not something that's going to happen all the time. You know what I mean? It's not going to be there day to day, but it's something you gotta feel better about. You gotta feel better about. Yeah, and you gotta feel better about how you feel on the inside. This is what it is, man. You gotta feel better about how you feel on the inside, about yourself, about how you are and who you are and what you do. You know what I'm saying? There's just really nothing else to say about that. Yeah, so in other recent news, guys, this situation between Ukraine, Russia, and by proxy, because of NATO alliances, the United States is heating all the way the fuck up. What's my ghetto point of view on this? That we have a border situation. Our southern border, the United States southern border, is literally a shit show. We're having a minor situation with the northern border because of truck convoys. We have a southern situation. We have a southern border situation as well going on. It's like we don't have that under control here in the United States as much as we could, ideally. And I would really love for us to take these energy, these resources, all of these brilliant minds, and focus more on making sure America is good first. Because being that beacon of hope to the rest of the world, being that place that people feel like they can come for better financial opportunities and to, get their things in order. America really has been a beacon of hope to so many for so long. And if we are no longer able to be that beacon of hope for people, then how will we ever ever get it together? How will we ever get anything in order? How will we ever fix anything? I'm just asking a question, like, how will we, if all of our resources and energy is spent trying to constantly fix the problems of the world, how, literally, we have a southern border crisis going on. We have a northern border crisis. We have a trucker convoy of our own starting to assemble and planning to be at our nation's capital, already with depleted food supplies on the shelves before this formal trucker strike was announced. But yet, somehow, simultaneously, we have the time, energy, resources, manpower, etc., 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 to invest in giving Ukraine a hand at keeping away its bordering neighbor. I don't think so. And then, I know this is the unpopular opinion, but Ukraine is not even a part of NATO. So what in our NATO agreements makes this something we even have to stick our nose into? Is it really that it's NATO, that it's Ukraine and NATO, or is the problem that it's Russia? And because we were up in arms about Russia already for the past several years, this just gives us more opportunity to feel like sticking ourselves into Russia's business. What are we going to do if we go to war with Russia, gang? I mean, just think about that. What is America going to do if it goes to war with Russia? Would we win a military war with Russia? Very likely. Would it be bloody, and would there be several tons of casualties on both sides? 1,000%. Would that then cause other countries like China, France, Italy, Great Britain, etc., to feel like they have to jump in? Hell yeah. Would we be then looking at World War III over Ukraine? World War III possible over fucking Ukraine. I don't give a fuck about no fucking Ukraine like that. There's people dying in the streets over here. There's people homeless over here. We got eviction moratoriums ending. But you want us to fucking pay attention to Ukraine? By the time people look up, motherfuckers going to be on the streets because the eviction moratorium is going to be up. Shelves is going to be empty. The stock market going to have finished crashing. This shit is getting crazy. But they want us to pay attention thousands of miles away. Nah. If anything, just see what's going on over there, but pay very close attention to what is going on locally, gang. Pay very, very close attention to what is happening locally, gang. Mind your money and mind your goddamn business. So, according to the Associated Press, with me saying all that, listen to this here, right? According to the Associated Press, shares dive, oil soars. When the pipeline situation first happened with Biden, a lot of people were telling me, invest in oil. I'm like, he got the Green New Deal, energy, energy. People like, motherfucker, invest in oil. Wish I invested in oil. Oil was at $100 a gallon now, y'all. Oil was at $100 a gallon. Is it too late to invest in oil? Nope. Stocks plunged and oil prices surged by more than $8 per barrel Thursday after Russian President Vladimir Putin launched military action in Ukraine, prompting Washington and Europe to vow sanctions on Moscow that may roil the global economy. You're gonna people at they gas pumps in America now talk about, yo, the gas is $5 a gallon. People don't understand how much we rely on Russia for oil and gas. What the fuck are we doing? We were gonna be energy independent in this country. We were pushing toward energy independence in this country. So you shut off America's ability to make oil, crippling a bunch of people's homes and their families and their jobs and their livelihoods, promise them green new jobs that have still yet to come out, and then go fight with the fucking country you're getting oil from? Allegedly. Because ain't no fight pop off yet. But you meddling in the business of the country that you gotta take oil from, bro, and gas, oil and gas from. Russia is one of the world's largest producers of oil and gas, y'all. I think it's the second or third largest producer of oil and gas in the world, guys. So we're gonna put these sanctions on them, guys. Countries at large are investing in cryptocurrency. So if places like the United States tries to sanction them using the standard banks, they will now just use crypto. What? Huh? They can now just take their money as cryptocurrencies and still get countries to trade with them that way. And their money will not lose money. And they arguably will gain money if invested in the right cryptos, or at least have stable money if they've created their own stable coin in Russia, what it looks like they have. So what are you saying, Phantm? I'm saying, number one, I should have invested in fucking oil and I wasn't paying attention. Did you hear that? $8 a fucking barrel, motherfucker. You didn't hear that? Secondly, that I don't think that these sanctions are going to have the effect that we initially think that they may have. So yeah, I'm not really too good on that method. What does this mean for our dollars, for our bottom line? Invest, take the opportunity, see that the markets is plunging, see which stocks will bounce back after this, stuff that they will need to bounce back, or stuff that will be good during this. I know some people don't like to invest in military stuff, but Lockheed Martin is a great military stock. Lockheed Martin is a great military stock. If you want to invest short term, long term, companies that build back infrastructure. Companies that build back infrastructure, gang, will do amazingly well after war. Just a thought. Countries that build back infrastructure, companies that are into digital finance and e-commerce are going to do amazingly well as people find other alternative ways to transfer their funds. That whole country is going to have to find other alternative ways to do business for a while, that aren't crippling and can try to avoid a lot of these sanctions, that will hurt everybody. I mean, let's just be frank. What if gas gets to $10 a fucking gallon here in America? It's gonna be riots in the streets. It's gonna be riots in the fucking streets. I can't see gas at $10 a fucking gallon. People not being able to take their kids to school, not being able to go to work, hemorrhaged like that, and it not spread over into this country. Violence and rioting. There were already issues. Other countries were already having riots over the price of the gas. What do you think Americans are gonna do? Well, not some of you pussy motherfuckers that just sit around. Oh, we need to stop fighting. And I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all today. Listen, some people, this is not y'all show today. Come back on another day and we interviewing some of these amazing guests, right? But this is just his ghetto point of view today, man. And yeah, but make sure on your way out the door, you motherfucking invest in some shit that you know is gonna be here after this madness happens throughout the Great Reset, through the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Make sure you invest in some shit, man, and take care of your fucking family, motherfucker, on your way out the door. Shit. All right, so this article continues. Market benchmarks is Associated Press. By the way, market benchmarks in Europe and Asia fell by more than 4% as traders tried to figure out how large Putin's incursion would be in the scale of Western retaliation. Wall Street futures sank, indicating that the U.S. shares were likely to retreat after trading opens. Retreat, retrace, retract, fall. Energy prices surged, fueling inflation fears. The spot price in Europe for natural gas, for which the continent relies on Russia to supply, jumped as much as 31%. The continent of Europe relies on Russia to supply gas. Think about that. You got motherfuckers, you got the UK Parliament, you got Boris Johnson talking spicy about this man that he relies on for gas. If he cut you off, or better yet, I'm not gonna cut you off because that fucks up my country too, motherfucker. We going up $30 a gallon. We going up $100 a gallon, and 100 for 1 gallon. That might not seem. Bro, when you're a continent, the continent probably has to get billions of gallons from this man over the course of a year. Billions of gallons from Russia over the course of a year, over multiple 5 year in a 3 to 5 year span. Billions of gallons of oil. Come on. And then Brent crude, as the article continues, jumped over $100 per barrel in London for the first time since 2014 on unease about possible disruptions of supplies from Russia, the number 3 producer. Benchmark U.S. crude briefly surpassed $98 per barrel. Prices of wheat and corn also jumped. Why would wheat and corn also jump? Motherfucker, because you need oil to transport those things. You need gas to move those things around. The ruble sank 7.5% against the dollar. Whatever. That's not going to last. Financial markets are in a flight to safety and may have to price in slower growth due to higher energy costs, Chris Turner and Francisco Pasoli of ING said in a report. This is crazy. Oh. The article continues. In Brussels, the president of the European Union said on Thursday the 27-nation European Union planned a massive and targeted sanctions on Russia. So that's 27 nations whose people are now going to suffer financially, who didn't get to vote on this military action. We will hold President Putin accountable, Ursula von der Leyen said. The FTSE 100 in London fell 30.1% after Europe awakened to news of explosions in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, the major city of Kharkiv, and other areas. The DAX in Frankfurt, which is, their exchange, plunged 4.8%, and the CAC in Paris lost 4.5%. I thought these sanctions were for Russia, but it sounds like y'all countries is also going to be feeling this hit. Moscow Stock Exchange briefly suspended trading on all its markets on Thursday morning after trading resumed. The ruble-dominated MOEX stock index and dollar-dominated RTS index both tumbled by about a third. Futures for Wall Street's benchmark S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average were off by more than 2%. Guys, this is not going to be good. The article continues. The price for oil on international markets smashed through $100 per barrel, while benchmark U.S. crude flirted with that level. Western Texas Intermediate soared $7.65 to essentially $100 per barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Guys, this is gonna be bad. This is bad for everybody. This is bad for everybody, guys. This is not gonna. But also understand in this mercurial time, from a financial aspect, if you're looking to invest, this is the time to invest, gang. When stuff is crashing through the floor. What? What if the stocks don't recover? That's why then you're not investing. You were gambling. What is the difference? The difference is you got to research into companies that you know have sustainable longevity and will continue to grow once this crisis passes or through this crisis. What type of companies are those? Yeah, come on, guys. We just talked about it. Financial companies, companies that process transactions, companies that's connected to the fintech space, financial technology, all day, all day, all day. E-commerce companies. If you want to get into immediate short-term stuff, get back into some of these oil and gas companies, get into some military companies. Get into some energy companies. Whew. Get into some energy companies, guys. And, I know some people don't like saying this, but diversify your portfolio, man. Don't just have local stocks. You know what I mean? See what's going on all around the world. I know some people say, oh, you shouldn't say that. You should only invest in your country. I hear you. We are in a global economy. If the bankers can play in a global economy, then the people who live under these bankers should take heed and probably incorporate similar stuff depending on your risk tolerance, how risque you are. Younger, you should definitely be risking higher, risking more aggressively. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial analyst. Please do your own research. Do your own research. Talk to a financial analyst. Talk to an accountant. Talk to a financial planner. Talk to an investor. Before you invest your money into anything, those are just my cups of teas and things I'll be looking at going forward. So, article from MSN, the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on Thursday says he will provide weapons to any citizen who wants to defend the country against Russian attacks. We will give weapons to anyone who wants to defend the country. Be ready to support Ukraine in the squares of our cities, Zelensky tweeted. Russia attacked Ukraine earlier Thursday morning. Listen, I'll go get some weapons and I'm going back to my house. If I'm these Ukrainians, listen, man, don't get yourselves involved in this stupid shit. Russia, it's happening. You guys are going to have to deal with it. Russia attacked Ukraine early Thursday morning with reports of explosions across the country, including its capital, Kyiv. Like, they've already evacuated some thousands of the women and children and are leaving the cities just full of the men. Man, the scope of the Russian attack appears to be huge, with Ukrainian foreign minister saying the country was launching a full-blown invasion on Ukraine from multiple sides. Strikes and explosions have occurred in both the west and east of the country, not just the eastern Donbass and Donetsk regions, which have long been subject to unofficial Russian military intervention. Those two areas that Ukraine allegedly now took have been Ukraine's for the longest time, and we need to stop lying. We need to stop lying. Those areas that Ukraine already has been militarily operating in for years were attacked. Allegedly, Russians in those areas asked Russia to come in. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm not there. Zelensky, the article continues, also said that Ukraine severed diplomatic relations with Russia and urged Russians to come out and protest against the war. For all those who have not yet lost their conscience in Russia, it is time to go out and protest against the war with Ukraine. Earlier on Thursday, Zelensky, who declared martial law, urged citizens to stay calm. Stay calm, stay at home. The army is doing its work, he said in a video addressed to the country. Don't panic. We are strong. We are ready for everything. We will defeat everyone because we are Ukraine. In a speech, 6 a.m. Moscow time, Russian President Vladimir Putin said the military operation would be intended to demilitarize Ukraine, but not to occupy it. Shortly after his speech, Russian tanks crossed the border from Belarus in the north and occupied Crimea in the south into Ukraine, according to reports citing the Ukrainian Interior Ministry. What's happening in Ukraine? Russia's conflict with Ukraine has been rumbling for years, but escalated dramatically in the recent weeks. I wonder why. Russia assembled vast numbers of troops around Ukraine, as many as 190,000 per the United States estimates, in the largest military operation in the region since World War II. On Monday, Putin recognized the claims to independence of the breakaway Luhansk and Donetsk areas of Ukraine, ordering troops there for what he described as a limited peacekeeping operation in the east of the country. Less than 72 hours later, Putin authorized a full-scale attack on Ukraine. In the hours that followed, explosions pounded cities around Ukraine, many hundreds of miles from the previous conflict zone. Ukrainian officials reported fighting on its borders with Russia and dozens of casualties. The new wave of hostilities expanded the clash from a limited incursion over disputed land into the most serious armed conflict in Europe for at least a decade. Shout to MSN.com for the amazing article. Matt Dunham. Yeah. Whew. This is rough, gang. This is really rough. But again, from an investment standpoint, there could really be some opportunities here. And I know people, oh, that's messed up. You're taking advantage of people's. No, I'm being an investor. Shut up. Like, you don't want to invest, don't invest, man. Like, I hope you have other investment strategies for your family. Oh, I do invest, but I'm just not going to invest now. So you're going to wait till the market recovers to invest? So you buy high. You buy high into a high market, and when do you sell? Or do you just short the market? And now if you're just shorting the market, maybe that is a strategy for winning. Shorting the market, what's that? Exactly. We'll be talking about. So if you're never, when do you invest exactly? What is your investment strategy? Hit me up, hisghettopointofview@gmail.com, 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 and tell me what your investment strategy is. Share it with our people. We are always open to learn. But I have definitely started to understand that it's about timing with these markets. It's about taking whatever is going on in the world and using that to your advantage to invest when the opportunity is hot to invest, not when you feel morally right about it, not when you feel like this is good for, the world as a whole, but when you feel like you can take advantage. And in you taking advantage of that, you can help the world as a whole. Well, now you're a fucking millionaire. Just saying. Just his ghetto point of view. Again, not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Do some motherfucking research, please, on your goddamn own. And tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm bugging. Tell me if this is not presenting itself as an opportunity to possibly gain some ground financially, start accumulating some wealth for yourself and your loved ones and your community as a whole. We'll take a quick break, gang, here. It's been a dope episode so far. It's your boy, Phantm Phuego. This is his ghetto point of view. We'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah, gang, we here. As always, please continue to like, share, subscribe to the show. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Sundays and Wednesdays is when we get to it. You know how we do it. It ain't nothing to it. Make sure you tune into each and every episode of His Ghetto Point of View. Go way back in the archives and check out all of our shows. You know what I mean? It's been an amazing journey getting this far, and we have only just begun. The romance is not over. So much love to give. Where do you get all of this? Where do you get all of this? For one entry. Where do you get all of this? Where do you get all of this? Like, share, subscribe, favorite the show, whatever platform you're listening on. Share out your favorite episodes of the show. Share them out to people who you think will greatly benefit. This has been such a blast. Super appreciative, gang, for everybody who rocks and vibes with the show. This has been his Ghetto Point of View. I'm your host, Phantm Phuego. I'll catch you guys very soon. See you Sunday. Peace.